You're walking alone through the forest. The air is cold. The ground is damp. All you can hear is the wind moving through the trees and your own footsteps. Everything feels normal. Until you hear a loud snap from behind a patch of brush. You stop. The forest suddenly goes silent. Then you hear something low, heavy, and terrifyingly close. The breathing of something huge. You slowly turn around, and in that instant, your heart almost stops. A massive brown bear is standing just a few yards away. Its head is low. Its shoulders are raised. Its eyes are locked on you. You have no weapon, no shelter, no time to think for long. You only have a few seconds to decide. Do you run, stand still, play dead, or fight back? One right choice could save your life. One wrong move could get you killed on the spot. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most terrifying encounters in the wild. What if you were attacked by a brown bear? Brown bears are not mindless monsters hunting humans for sport. Most of the time, they want nothing to do with people. But if you meet one in the wrong place, at the wrong moment, and react the wrong way, those few seconds can turn into a brutal fight for survival. In this video, we're going to break down just how dangerous a brown bear really is, how it attacks, when humans are most likely to get attacked, the deadly mistakes people make, and most importantly, what you need to do to increase your chances of surviving. How dangerous is a brown bear? A brown bear is one of the most intimidating land animals you could ever face in the wild. And when you see one in real life, what shocks you first isn't just the height. It's the sheer mass of the animal. An adult brown bear can weigh hundreds of pounds, and in some cases, much more. Its body is not just big. It is built like a living weapon. High shoulders, a thick neck, extremely powerful forelimbs, long curved claws strong enough to tear into soil, flip over rocks, rip apart prey, and crush whatever gets in the way. But one of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that because a bear looks heavy, it must also be slow. That can get you killed. A brown bear can move with shocking speed over short distances, much faster than most people expect. If it charges, you're almost never going to outrun it on foot. And beyond the strength and speed, there's something else that makes brown bears so dangerous: their explosive defensive response. A bear doesn't need much time to go from calm to violent. If it feels threatened, cornered, surprised, or thinks its cubs are in danger, the reaction can be immediate. And at close range, that becomes a nightmare. Not because the bear always wants to kill you, but because once it decides to attack, the human body is simply not built to absorb that kind of force. One swipe can knock you down. One bite can cause catastrophic injuries. And if you panic in the first few seconds, things can go bad very, very fast. That's why the brown bear is one animal you should never underestimate. How does a brown bear attack? A brown bear does not always attack the same way. Depending on the situation, it may bluff, warn, approach, test you, or launch a full charge. And figuring out which one you're dealing with in a matter of seconds is incredibly difficult. When a bear feels stressed or threatened, it may show warning signs first. It might raise its head to get a better look at you. Sniff the air, huff loudly, pop its jaws, stomp the ground, or rush forward a few steps and stop. This is often a warning display or a bluff charge. The bear may not be trying to kill you yet. It may just want you gone. It wants distance. It wants you out of its space. But this is exactly where people make fatal mistakes. They assume the bear is just trying to scare them. And one bad reaction can turn that warning into a real attack. When a brown bear commits to a charge, it usually lowers its head, shifts its weight forward, and explodes into motion. It doesn't need a long run-up. It comes straight at you. Fast, hard, direct. A typical attack can happen in 3 terrifying stages. First, the bear closes the distance with overwhelming speed. That alone can destroy your ability to react clearly. Second, it uses its body, shoulders, forelegs, or a powerful swipe to knock you to the ground. And once you lose your balance, the fight changes instantly. Third, it may bite, claw, or continue mauling until it believes the threat has been neutralized. If this is a defensive attack, the bear's goal is often to eliminate the danger, not necessarily to eat you. That means it may attack just long enough to stop you from moving or resisting. But in the much rarer case that the bear sees you as prey or continues attacking relentlessly, the situation becomes far more dangerous. And that's what makes brown bear attacks so terrifying. From the moment you hear movement in the brush to the moment a giant animal is on top of you, it can happen in seconds. When do brown bears attack humans? Brown bears do not usually go out looking for humans to attack. In fact, most bear attacks happen because of surprise, defense, or human error. In other words, many attacks begin not because the bear wants to hunt you, but because it believes you are the threat. The first dangerous scenario is when you accidentally get too close. In dense woods, near blind corners, thick brush, rushing streams, or anywhere visibility is poor, you can end up dangerously close to a bear without ever knowing it. And if the bear is surprised too, the reaction can be violent and immediate. The second major danger is a mother bear with cubs. This is one of the worst situations you can be in. If a sow thinks you are approaching her cubs, blocking their escape, or even just appearing too close for comfort, she may charge almost instantly. To her, you're no longer just a hiker. You are a possible threat to her young. The third scenario is when a bear is feeding, guarding a carcass, or protecting a food source. Bears can become extremely aggressive if they think something is approaching what they consider theirs. That makes it especially dangerous if you wander near a dead animal, food smells, or an area where a bear has been feeding. The fourth scenario is when humans simply react the wrong way. Running, screaming in panic, throwing things randomly, getting closer for a photo, or trying to scare the bear off at a dangerously short distance. Those actions can make the bear feel challenged, cornered, or triggered into pursuit. But the most dangerous situation of all is this. You're at very close range. The bear is already agitated, and there is no clear escape route for either of you. At that point, the window to safely back away may already be disappearing. And here's the key thing. Not every bear charging toward you means the same thing. Sometimes it's defensive. Sometimes it's intimidation. Sometimes it's a real attack. And your best chance of survival depends on understanding which situation you are actually in. Deadly mistakes people make. When you see a brown bear up close, your body will do what human bodies have always done under extreme fear. Run, freeze, or fall apart. The problem is, your instinct is not always your best survival strategy. The first and most common mistake is running. It sounds natural. You're staring at a giant predator, and every part of your brain is screaming at you to get away. But with a brown bear, running is usually one of the worst things you can do. You're not faster than it. You're not more agile than it. And in the forest, with roots, mud, rocks, and uneven ground, you're even less likely to escape. Worse, running can trigger the bear's chase instinct. You stop being a strange, upright creature and become a fleeing target. The second mistake is screaming, flailing, or making frantic, uncontrolled movements. Some people think that acting aggressive will automatically scare the bear away. But if you do that at close range, especially suddenly, the bear may interpret it as a direct threat. The third mistake is moving closer to get a better look. Take a picture, film it, or test how the bear reacts. This is incredibly dangerous, and people make this mistake far too often. A brown bear is not a zoo animal. In the wild, distance is life. The fourth mistake is turning your back completely. The moment you lose sight of the bear, you lose the ability to read its movements, judge its distance, and react if it changes behavior. You also make yourself more likely to trip or fall. And the most dangerous mistake of all is using the wrong strategy for the wrong type of attack. A lot of people remember survival advice in vague, simplified ways. They've heard things like, always play dead with a bear, or always fight back against wild animals. But real survival is not that simple. There are situations where playing dead may save your life. There are other situations where doing that could get you killed. There are moments when fighting back is useless. And there are moments when not fighting back is the fatal mistake. In a brown bear encounter, what kills people is not just the strength of the animal, but the confusion of those few critical seconds. What should you do if you encounter a brown bear? Now we get to the most important part. If you actually come face to face with a brown bear, what should you do? Situation 1. The bear has not seen you yet. If the bear has not noticed you, your best move is simple. Do not let it notice you. Don't yell, don't run, don't move closer to get a better look. Slowly and quietly back away. Keep the bear in view without approaching it. Use trees, terrain, and cover if possible, and leave the area as calmly as you can. Your goal is not to handle the encounter well. Your goal is to prevent the encounter from escalating at all. Situation 2. The bear has seen you, but has not attacked. This is where you have to do something extremely difficult. Stay calm. Stand your ground without acting aggressive. Do not run. Do not make sudden movements. Speak in a calm, low voice so the bear can identify you as a human, not some unknown animal. Then slowly begin to back away. Move carefully. Do not turn your back. Do not stare in a hard, challenging way, but keep watching the bear. If you're wearing a backpack, keep it on. It may offer some protection to your back or vital areas if things go bad. Situation 3. The bear starts coming closer or acting aggressively. If the bear starts approaching, you need to stay mentally in control. It may be testing you. It may be warning you. It may be trying to drive you away. Keep backing up slowly. Stay upright. Do not panic. Do not fall. If you have bear spray and the bear is getting into dangerous range, this is the time to get ready to use it, not after the charge begins. Before it's too late. Situation 4. The bear makes contact and the attack is happening. If the bear actually hits you, knocks you down, or begins mauling you, you must immediately try to understand one thing. Is this a defensive attack? Or is this a predatory or persistent attack? Because those two situations require very different responses. How to survive, when to play dead, and when to fight back. This is the part that can decide whether you live or die. Case 1. The bear is attacking defensively. If the brown bear attacks because it was surprised, because it is protecting cubs, or because it thinks you are a threat at close range, its goal is often to stop the threat, not necessarily to eat you. In that kind of attack, one survival strategy that may increase your chances is play dead. Lie flat on your stomach if possible. Cover the back of your neck with your hands. Use your arms and elbows to protect your head and face. Spread your legs so the bear has a harder time flipping you over. Stay as still as you can. This sends a message that you are no longer a threat. If the attack is truly defensive, the bear may stop once it believes the danger is gone. But there is one very important detail. Do not get up too soon. If the bear is still nearby and you suddenly move before it has fully left, it may attack again. Case 2. The bear does not stop, or the attack seems predatory. If the bear continues attacking for a long time, keeps biting, comes back repeatedly, or acts in a way that suggests it is not just trying to drive you away, then playing dead may no longer help. In that case, you must fight back with everything you have. Strike the face, strike the nose, go for the eyes if you can. Use rocks, sticks, knives, bottles, cameras, trekking poles, anything within reach. Your goal is not to beat the bear in a fair fight. That is almost impossible. Your goal is to create enough pain, enough resistance, and enough chaos to make the bear stop, or to give yourself even the smallest chance to survive. This is the critical distinction many people misunderstand. If it is a defensive attack, playing dead may save you. If it is a predatory or persistent attack, you need to fight for your life. Surviving a brown bear attack is not just about courage. It is about recognizing what kind of attack you are facing while your entire body is in full panic mode. How to avoid the attack in the first place. The best way to survive a brown bear attack is to prevent the encounter from ever turning into one. If you want to reduce the risk, always do these things. 1. Make noise while moving through bear country, especially in thick brush, near blind corners, around loud streams, or anywhere visibility is poor. You don't need to scream non-stop. You just need to avoid surprising a bear at close range. 2. Avoid traveling alone. If possible, groups are generally safer. They make more noise, appear larger, and are less likely to be seen as easy targets. 3. Control food and strong smells. Food, trash, grease, meat, sweets, and cooking smells can attract bears. If you're camping, never keep food in your tent. Don't leave trash lying around. Don't turn your campsite into an invitation. 4. Respect signs that a bear is nearby large tracks. Fresh scat, claw marks on trees, a dead animal, fresh digging, a strong animal smell. Those are all warnings that you may be too close. And finally, one of the most important rules of all. If you're going into bear country, prepare for it before you go. Learn the risks before you step into the wild. Do not walk into nature as if it were a controlled environment. Nature does not hate you, but it does not forgive carelessness either. Conclusion. To survive a brown bear, you do not need to be stronger than it, because you won't be. What you need is to understand it better. Understand when it is warning you. Understand when it is defending itself. Understand when to back away, when to go still, and when you have no choice but to fight. In a brown bear encounter, what decides your fate is not just the power of the animal, but what you know in the most terrifying seconds of your life. Sometimes survival doesn't come from being fearless. Sometimes it comes from refusing to let fear make the decision for you. Thank you for watching the entire video. Subscribe for more intense animated survival stories and breakdowns of the most terrifying animal encounters in the wild. Next video. What if a crocodile dragged you into the water?